So they're about to be reacting to the day hip hop died. Now they got Drake on the thumbnail, so I'm assuming when Drake and Kendrick Lamar went back and forth after they little beef or whatnot, but that was it was destined to happen. They've been doing subliminals at each other for years, and it finally happened. Now hip hop is dead because of it. Let's see what he's talking about.
All right, bro. So how many times? Oh, wait. my bad. Welcome if you're new. Welcome if you're not. Either way, thank you for the video. I appreciate you heavily. Anyway, how many times have we discussed hip hop dying, quote unquote, on this channel? More than enough to know that I should probably switch niches at this point. But one problem at a time, man. Rent is due. I don't mind the content I make. Okay. Anyway. In all
Bro, whoa. This is basically dry corno. I said corn, YouTube, not the, you know what I'm saying? What are they
this
doing?
has been a topic of discussion on my channel and a few others for years at this point. But in this industry, people were saying that the rap industry has been dying for quite some time, quite a long time actually. And sometimes when I make a video, I think about how much I loved hip hop at one point to where, my whole channel is damn near centered around it, right? And how now I notice myself cutting on metal and more slower music these days, not just because I'm getting old, but because
Nah, bro, it's like when you're tired of it. It's like when you hear too much of something, you want to listen to something new. Now, me personally, I've been listening to like podcasts and whatnot. Charleston White, DJ Academics, different things to stimulate my mind because it definitely gets monotonous and boring.
I am listening to rap 9 times out of 10, it's songs that came out like, in 2021 and before, older rap music, very, very niche underground artists who will probably disappear within 2 to 3 years, and sometimes even Japanese rap artists from like the 90s. Either way, I've
They had
completely
rappers in
given
the
up on
90s.
the mainstream, bringing something, inherently new to the table, and I think we all have in a sense. And that's going to heavily tie in with the sentiment of this video. In order to fully come to a very specific day or moment, I decided to compile several different moments or days, whatever, where I feel like personally a huge shift happened that pushed hip hop, closer to the odd state that it may be in right now, right? And I personally think, well, before I get into it, I am going to only use things from the time of 2015 to 2026. So anything before that doesn't really add on to the current day state of hip hop. Plus, if I didn't put a cap...
Honestly, though, what's the last banger y'all heard come out? I guess some Young Boy, and Dirk. Not together, but different music. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dirk got some unreleased music that's fire. Young Boy just keep dropping albums like it's candy on Trick or Treat on Halloween. Yeah, I'm gonna say Young Boy. I'm gonna say that.
What time I could use, we'd be here for literal hours, which would be hell for me to edit. So anyway,
hey y'all, let me get an ad block when I get monetized, but do not worry about it at all.
one thing I want to start with is February 14th, 2025, which is when Drake released Some Sexy Song.
I like the album. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really I love hip hop. Only drop hip hop. I don't really like hip hop like that. I wouldn't mind listening to it, but I like this album or like a couple songs off the album rather. Greedy. That's on my everyday playlist.
For
You
you
feel me?
with Party Next Door. So I never really talked
I
about
like
this
it
album
though.
on my channel
Me
because
personally.
A, it never really came up, and B, I think I like maybe one song from this record, right? And that's totally fair. This album
I
isn't
like
necessarily
3,
for me.
4.
Duh. It's called Some Sexy Songs for You. Why the fuck would a nigga be listening to that? But from the reception,
Because you having intercourse with a woman and you need to set the mood. That's why. Or you're chilling and you wanna chill. That's why.
of this album, even
Dang,
from the
bro, I feel
ladies,
offended, bro. This nigga just offended me. That touched me right here, bro.
isn't that phenomenal. In fact, it's regarded as one of Drake's and Party Next Door's worst performances of all time. I bring this up today in this
I don't know
video
what that song is, but you know what I'm saying? Greedy, somebody to love. And I'm sure it's like 2 or 3 other more songs that I like.
because the Drake we all knew has been dead for a very, very long time. The guy who was supposedly one of the best rappers to make music, in a sense. Not my words, by the way, just throwing that out there. And with his name being in the quote-unquote big three, I think it has shown how much of a downfall hip hop has really been in, and how the fact that we have a pop artist in the quote unquote big three yet again, it says a lot about the genre in and of itself. The genre where 2/3 of the big three were actually in a very public.
Honestly, though, it's like, what rapper is really dropping bangers other than Drake? I guess Kendrick. He dropped a couple. I only like a couple songs by him. I don't like. Not even sitting there hating, but Young Boy, rappers. I can't really think of a lot of rappers. Young Lil Baby used to, but he kinda sucked now. Dirk, he's locked up now, but yeah, he did.
By the way,
So
this
it's
man
like,
Kendrick had the whole world shitting on Drake all at the same time.
yeah, that
Calling
is
him a
crazy.
PDF and him taking an L so big, he sued Universal. Now, this is not to glaze Drake by any means, but he's built a name so big. Does this really even matter that this happened? Short answer is no. It really doesn't. Because regardless of what happens to Drake, this nigga will remain in the game until he makes his exit. There's been a lot of weird shit around his name for the almost, 20-something years he's been in the game. A lot of weird shit that would quickly end other people's.
Okay, but look though, it's not like he knew how old she was. I'm not even sitting here defending his weird behavior because he did not have to kiss that girl. But yeah, that was definitely weird. Even the dialogue that they had. But it's not even about that, bro. Come on.
And yet, here niggas are waiting on Iceman. Point is, y'all, that I'm not excited for Iceman because it's 2026 Drake. It's not Take Care. It's not So Far Gone. It's not GTA 6. Like, dude, I don't care about that album. Will I listen to it? Sure. But will it make a generational impact on the genre? No, it won't. And I don't think that's because Drake sucks. I think it's because the heyday of rappers even making a generational impact are honestly behind us. And I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be watching this video. So there's no specific day to this one, but I think another thing that is killing the genre is the nostalgia rappers and the paying homage trend. Nostalgia rappers is, I say this all the time, so my audience is all over the place, Rappers like Fake Meek and Fang. And please do not take this the wrong way.
I don't know now what it is.
We all ride for this nigga, but Xavier's so base.
Again, I don't know who that guy is.
These artists are
No disrespect to them though.
Or another trying to embody a time that is long behind us. Even with this cover art by Fang, right? Remind you of anything? Probably not, but the artist this pulls from is Young and Sick, an artist that has been working with mainstream industry artists like Foster the People and Maroon.
See, I don't know not one of these albums. They probably fire though.
For
Probably.
years. And here comes a new artist that's supposed to embody a new time, maybe, but instead chooses to nostalgia bait, along with Fake Meek. And the funny part is that their fan base is full of kids who weren't even fully conscious for this time period. So what they're trying to envelop, I guess, works, quote unquote, for them, but not for me because I'm older, so I've seen it all before. And that just sort of ties into, how people think innovating is bringing something back. But how is that new if it's already been done before, if not better? Whatever, man. The underground, I'm not going to lie. It's just about who makes the loudest, most obnoxious song.
I mean, underground today, it's probably like that. But underground when I was coming up from like 2016 to maybe 2020, 2019, 2020, it wasn't like that, bro.
You will genuinely somehow be able to make a career off of it. And the inner problem within that problem is that it creates this thought process with what's supposed to be the next generation of artists that, I can make fast food music and get fast money. No, bruh.
Nah, that's not how
Nobody
that
is going
works.
to be listening to fucking Too Slimy in 2 to 3 years. Do y'all remember Rich Amiri, bro?
No.
You don't want to end up like that. Most people don't even know he dropped a project last
Hey
year.
man, let me borrow it. Let me hear what he's talking about.
That's because his management is terrible or his music is terrible, which kind of is. The end result is the same. Artists aren't sticking around anymore, which leads me to my next moment that let me know the genre is where it is, right? Now, some of you might go like, oh my God, let it go, yada yada, but bro, I really think that this man, X, was the last massive superstar to actually change and influence the generation, bro. Some of my viewers are a bit younger, so y'all realistically don't even know what it was like to be in high school when X got out of jail. Like the whole free X era, and after that, it was a whole generation of kids that were actually tapped in, at least. And we were all excited, yada, yada. I could go on and on about that, but something I more so want to focus on is the impact he had on the entire hip-hop industry. Because if you guys remember, which you should, because videos about this man are still being made today, but his supporters didn't just like his music. They literally felt connected.
Man, that's because he was dropping something deeper than music. I feel like X helped me through a very hard time in life. That's why me personally, I like that number 17. I love the number 17. I love it.
This nigga X would get on Periscope, which was that Twitter version of Instagram Live, and sit with his supporters when he only had like 100-something people in those lives. And because I'm from South Florida, I was one of those early few. I've known about X for a very long time.
Any way I can do artwork for you, of course, bro. That's what you guys don't realize. Like I see everything. It's just some things I choose not to fucking respond to. So nigga, like if you want to send an artwork, send it to my fucking DMs. You guys gotta just hit me up. I left my DMs open. That's what nobody realizes. My DMs are open so people can talk to me because I really like to
Real nigga. You know what I'm
talk to my fans. I don't like to just be an ignorant asshole and act like nobody's there, you know.
Real nigga.
You see what I mean, bro?
That's another reason why people connected to him. You're not gonna find that genuosity, if that's a word, that genuine care for your audience these days. What artist is doing that these days? Nobody. Come on now.
I don't know rappers today do shit like this. Rappers will sit up and act like, oh, I'm the most inaccessible person in the world. I'm so opium. I don't follow anybody. Like,
True.
you losers are
True.
so boring. Like, this nigga X, it's gonna seem like I'm glazing. I don't really give a fuck. But this nigga X, there isn't going to be anybody else like him because everybody thinks it's cool to be the inaccessible person. Like, for some unknown reason. I never understood that. But niggas are still making videos about this man because of small shit like this. Like, oh, I don't want to seem like an ignorant asshole and act like people aren't there. That type of stuff right there is exactly why people felt connected to this guy.
And that 17 album helped me with a lot. The fact that X is so versatile with his music is actually insane. Don't get me wrong, Juice WRLD, he had it with the freestyles like that. Ain't nobody touching Juice WRLD freestyles. But the versatility, I'm gonna have to get that to X. No bull.
Is there really a rapper today that you actually feel connected to? Like, first of all, if you say yes, nigga, no you don't. Grow up, nigga. Like, I don't promote having a parasocial relationship with a rapper at all. Like, I think if you do that, you're low-key a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. But my point is that artists like this just don't exist anymore. And I think this type of stuff is what turned him into the superstar that he was. That's my point, bro. He was one of the last artists, in my opinion, in this genre to really start from ground zero and take over the world because this was before you could just post that one.
If X was alive, man, it'd look so spooky. The music scene would look so different. Everything in life would be so different. You know, he probably switched up his flow by now or a while ago.
Go crazy on TikTok. I mean, he went up off of reposts, fighting on video, Tumblr, like an actual authentic blow up that you don't really see these days anymore.
Exactly.
And that's the best way I could explain it. You realistically just had to be there for it. It was one of those things. This is another thing too, and I don't even know if I want to go super in depth about this, but because X died at such a young age, I would honestly say that he became like more of a symbol because some of y'all may remember this, but he was trying so hard to change, like heavily, because his past was so awful, so to speak. So when he died, and I'll get off this because I have more to cover, but when he died, it left a hole in people's hearts that were genuinely connected with him. And I feel like that grief turned into some people's identity. Like, that's why all these years later, there are still fan pages of him. There are still videos being made about him. And that whole misunderstood feeling that he embodied, the entire fucking world felt that, bro. And I feel like with a lot of people, me included, could relate to him. So because there hasn't been another artist like that, and probably will not be for another long time, I would put June 18th, 2018 as another day that, you know, a massive cultural shift happened.
June 18th, that's a lot. It seems so close, but yet so far. What happened there?
Hip hop into an even less welcoming place. Not that hip hop was that welcoming to begin with, you know, but you get my point. And also, I feel like that whole emo rap.
Man, R.I.P. to Lil Peep. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know who Lil Peep is. A lot of people don't listen to his music. I still listen to his music to this day. I try not to do it as much with all three of these people because it's like I don't want to get put in this mood or this feeling in life where I feel depressed. I already went through that when I was a while ago. You know what I'm saying? And they music helped me through that. But now I'm on a different stage in life. I don't have time to sit around and be sad. I got a whole daughter that depends on me. I just went on a tangent for no reason.
Became way
But y'all
more
get
like
it.
commercialized. Like you got niggas like Young Blood and shit like that. I don't know.
I don't know
what
who
kind
no
of music
Young
he
Blood
listens
is.
to, so I'm not even gonna include him. But emo rap just
All three of them, they go to their own way. People talk about who is Lil Peep? How's he a legend, bro? Because he made a certain genre of music pop, and he did it very well. Like, come on,
and
bro.
way more like industry coded and commercialized, and it just now it's just like kind of lame to be an emo rapper. But anyway, another thing that I don't think
Kinda
a lot of
cringy.
people really talk about, and probably because it's a silent killer, but do you guys remember? Well, probably not a lot of y'all are young, but hip hop used to represent rebellion and fuck the system, fuck 12, yada yada, fuck the industry.
Yeah, with
Now it
NWA.
seems like the industry embraces us. Like back in the 90s and 80s, my mom told me that, you know, she would get in trouble if she got caught listening to 3 6 Mafia. Like parents used to be scared of rap music. Now it's like parents are trying to rap and parents are listening to rap. It's kind of hard to explain, but counterculture became the culture. And I don't even know if y'all are fully ready for that conversation. I can make a whole video about that, but y'all are also not ready for the fact that there's something I want to say so bad, but I think it's too far, even for me, UVXEX.
Yeah,
Just
say
know
it.
that it has to do with a certain group of people being way too accepted into our culture. But if I talk about that for too long, I lose my channel. So let's
You talking about the Post Malones of the world, the Kid Leroy's of the world. There's nothing wrong with their skin tone. It's just how they conducted it. They used the black culture as a stepping stool to get to where they really want to be in life and thrive there. They need to start somewhere.
wrap things up because I can feel a rant coming on. Now listen, because this last element is pretty important, right? Every 2 to 3 years at this point, people like to whine about hip hop being dead or dying, yet we dominate the streaming platforms, influence fashion, and a lot of younger kids, basically the youth, follow along with their favorite rapper and whatever they do. So if rap ever died, like fully, wouldn't there not be any more change? We watch this shit go from verses being important to who has the best hook to, you know, who has the best beat to whatever. The problem is, a few years ago, and by that I mean a lot, but you could probably name like 7 or 8 rappers who were controlling hip hop. And now you just be trying to figure that out for a long time. And it just doesn't work like that anymore. Is there a certain day that hip hop died? No. I just wanted you to click on the video because I think it's a pretty catchy title. In
Hey, you called me.
my honest opinion, hip hop is not dead. I think people just need to explore different, you know, forms of artists. Like, why do we only listen to American rappers? I really think y'all should go listen to more Japanese rap because them niggas be spazzing. Or they did spaz at one point. Like,
Hey, you know it's crazy. A lot of my viewers that I get on Twitch, they be putting me on to like different language raps. I got put on to Russia rap, UK rap, the Netherlands, Australia. You know, different types of forms. They just informing me. So I definitely do. I got a couple videos up actually. Be reacting to different music. But no, that's crazy that he said that. But let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. Do y'all feel like hip hop is dead? I don't think it's dead. It's just at a standing point right now because everybody wants to be the same person, and everybody can't be the same person. Because if everybody the same person, then ain't nobody gonna listen to that one person no more. Don't let that go over your head. But no, I'm gonna catch you next in the next one. Yes, sir.